Then, now, forever. Together. Tonight on Evolve, for the first time ever.
I'm calling out all y'all chicks in the locker room. All y'all can get it. And it ain't nothing none of y'all can do about it.
A women's fatal four-way.
I'm ready to show that I deserve to be in that ring.
The Brinergy is just flowing throughout this whole building.
I don't care how many people I have to fight. I'm gonna do what I have to do to make sure I end up on top.
Look at the show-stopping diva. She just oozes charisma.
I know that I deserve a spot at the top.
Kendall Gray, undefeated on WWE Evolve.
4 girls, 1 match. The winner of this is gonna be who's mentally toughest.
That is incredible speed off the rope.
Kelly connection.
Who will be the face of the Evolve women's division?
I want to be the face of Evolve.
And I'm gonna prove that I'm
I'm gonna be the face of Evolve.
It all goes down tonight.
I'm a G like Ali. I'm in the alley while I'm in Cali. And I'm in my body. I got sick quicker than whipping a rally. I leave a man red like carry. Where am I Batman carry? You know, ain't nobody to get know what it's for. No, key to Kiki, I'm a blow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Evolve on Tubi. I am Peter Rosenberg. I am joined ringside by Robert Stone. Rob, it's WrestleMania week. We're here. We made it, baby.
We are here, and we have a huge 6-man tag team match as Jordan Oasis makes his return from being knocked out by Joe Coffey. It'll be Jordan, Jack Cartwheel, and Cappuccino Jones versus Gallus.
Oh, we have so much to do in our pre-WrestleMania episode of Evolve, including 4 women with a lot on the line, including winning streaks for all of them. I'm talking about Brinley Reese, Chantel Monroe, Kendall Gray, and Callie Armstrong. Let's hear from Kendall Gray right now.
Joey Martinez, that's me. I've got Kendall Gray here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great.
So how does one growing up in Las Vegas find wrestling?
I had an older brother growing up. He started doing like jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, MMA type of stuff. I joined and I fell in love with it. And then when I got to high school, there was like only men and no women. And my dad made jokes saying like, oh, you should try out for the men's wrestling team. And I was like, you're kidding, right? Like, you're just joking. There's no women on it. And he's like, no, seriously. And then I did it. I made the team and was on varsity, became one of the first females in the state of Nevada to go to the tournament for the guys. And I loved contact sports. It just felt comfortable for me.
All right, so we have this intense fatal four-way coming up. What would it mean to you to be the face of Evolve?
Look, Chewy, I know I'm gonna be the face of Evolve. I know what it's like to be a champion. Before coming here, I was a 3-time undefeated national champion in college. And that's exactly what my plan is here in Evolve, to be undefeated. I'm on a winning streak, and I'm only looking to continue that. This fatal four-way match is just a stepping stone for what's next for me.
I believe you. All right, and the fatal four-way match is tonight's main event right here at Evolve. Kendall Gray, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Woo! It's gonna be a good one.
Obviously, a big night for all 4 ladies, including Kendall Gray.
Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Yonkers, New York, weighing 215 pounds, Trill London.
Well, Robert Stone, I gotta tell you, I am excited every time we get a look at Trill London. This is one of the most unique talents in WWE Evolve.
Yeah, he's an abstract alpha. He's too weird to be normal, but too cool to care. And he is back for his second time here. He lost last time to Keanu Carver, and right now he's trying to get his first W.
Oh, and hello, Ice Williams. Hanging out in the VIP lounge, you know you can always find someone in the VIP section. And tonight, Ice Williams taking in the action as we get ready for a big matchup between Trill London and this man.
And his opponent from Long Island, New York, weighing 255 pounds, Harlem Lewis.
Rob, Robert, talk to me about where Harlem Lewis is right now. I'd say so far in WWE Evolve, he may be one of the true exciting upstart talents that we've seen.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's trying to be the face of Evolve, as is Keanu Carver. Both these guys, if you notice, they're trying to one-up each other, and if Harlem wins tonight, they are evenly matched at 4 wins.
So of course, Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis, two of the biggest, most bruising, physically imposing men that we have on the roster in Evolve. But before we can even think about Keanu Carver, Harlem Lewis has to deal with Trill London. If it's your first time seeing Trill London, you may notice right away, Robert Stone, you can clearly tell who this guy's idol is. The charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, he loves Jeff Hardy. He did his whole childhood, and I actually saw a few months ago at NXT when Jeff Hardy was there. These two got to meet for the first time. And let me tell you something, it lit a fire under Trill that you could see right now.
Right there, that standing missile drop kick, very Jeff Hardy-like as he gets sent into the corner from Harlem Lewis. Wow! The big bruiser, Harlem Lewis, who played football in Europe, from Long Island, as you heard earlier, and is finding his footing in WWE Evolve as one of the true powerful big men, as you see those bruising shots to the back of Trill London.
Yeah, he's a brawler, he's a scrapper, he's a street fighter, he's just an all-around tough guy. You can see his Ice Williams there watching. Look at him, just talking smack right in his face. That's nasty.
Ice Williams in VIP and glad as he saw Trill London's back smash into that turnbuckle, courtesy of Harlem. And now a big right hand there from Trill. The big over-the-top rope drop kick. I don't know that I've seen that one.
He's innovating some offense, just like his idol, Jeff Hardy.
Now the question is, can he use that momentum to get some offense? He's going to go to the top rope. This could be a risk, but a risk you might have to take if you want to take down the big man.
Oh! Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
That's exactly right, or the gut in that case. Right there, a big shot from Harlem Lewis. Trill London in a heap of trouble. Where are we going now, Rob?
It is the boom slang.
The pin, 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Harlem Lewis.
Oh man, Ice Williams looking on as Harlem Lewis makes pretty quick work of Trill London. Rob, tell us what you see here.
You see here him innovatively flipping in the ring, hitting him with a drop kick. But in the end, it was Harlem Lewis with the boom slang to get the 1, 2, 3.
Right there in the middle of the ring.
Get over here, Harlem. Get over here, brother. You're on a win streak, my friend, just like Keanu Carver.
The craziest part about all this is I'm getting paid to do this. And Keanu Carver. Keanu, I want my face off. Tell Stevie to make it happen.
Oh, the Gallus boys are here.
Well, you saw Harlem get a win over Joe Coffey a few weeks ago, and now Coffey's back with backup.
Oh, it's not just Joe Coffey. It's Mark Coffey. It's Wolfgang. It's all of Gallus.
Well, I'd love to see if those two went at each other again and he had Gallus in his corner cheering him on, if things would be different. Joe Coffey doesn't like to lose.
Harlem Lewis clearly wanting the smoke, but separated as Gallus now standing tall in the ring right here on WWE Evolve. Oh, it's cartwheel time, baby. Cappuccino Jones, Jordan Oasis.
The following contest is the 6-man tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the team of Jack Cartwheel, Cappuccino Jones, and Jordan Oasis.
3 unbelievable young talents that you are privy to see every Wednesday on Tubi. Now let's go back to last month, shall we, Rob? Problems right here between Wolfgang and Sam Holloway. A couple of behemoths. And of course, you'll famously remember this ridiculous left hand. My God.
Yeah, Joe Coffey knocked him right out there with the southpaw jinx. No different than when Debo knocked out Red, I'm telling you.
It was Debo Red or Jace. I mean, sleepy time, and now you better believe Jordan Oasis wants some revenge. Cartwheel, Jordan, and Cappuccino Jones against the Gallus Boys right here on WWE Evolve. It's six-man action on a Tubi Wednesday night before WrestleMania. By the way, is your flight booked? You gotta leave.
It's WrestleMania week. I'm first class. Are you?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah, look, Cappuccino Jones, Jack Cartwheel, I gotta say, I've been noticing them wrestling together all over the country in the WWE ID program, and they are getting a lot more serious. They're building a lot more chemistry together. But the thing is, teaming with Jordan Oasis, they always kind of have like a third wheel. Like, how are these three gonna work together? I don't know if I'm getting that.
Well, it's interesting you point that out because, of course, the Gallus Boys with a lot of history in NXT and elsewhere. Brothers who truly know each other as Cappuccino Jones gets the tag and is in the ring. You're right, though. It is interesting to see that. Cappuccino and Cartwheel always seem together, but very often there's a third member who they may not have the same level of camaraderie or chemistry with.
Exactly, and then when you think of the Gallus Boys, I mean, these guys, we've talked about this before, they do everything together. They are professional. If you look up professional wrestling in the dictionary, their picture is going to be there. They're the Gallus Boys. G-Bot, Gallus Boys on top, baby.
All right, Jordan Oasis gets the tag. He's ready for some revenge. Big right hands back and forth in the middle of the ring. Oh, man, no one wants a piece of these forearms from these two big men. My God, Robert Stone.
Yeah, look, Jordan Oasis don't mind hitting hard. He abandoned everything for pro wrestling. He abandoned everything for Evolve. He's got nothing to lose. He's got no car. He lives out of that bag. We still don't know what's in that bag.
What is in the bag?
Who knows? I mean, that's the thing. We're trying to figure that out. Who is this guy?
I'll tell you what, though. He is down to sit there and exchange blows. And if he keeps doing this with one member of Gallus after another, he's going to find himself in the hospital.
I mean, right now he's staying on his feet, and he just took down Joe Coffey.
Wow. What a right hand. Double missile drop kick from Cappuccino and Cartwheel. A lot of high-flying action in this six-man match to get things started. Hold on! Time to fly! Wow, that's what Cartwheel and Cappuccino can do on any given night.
That's right, Joe! You wanted to knock me out! You wanted to fight! This is what you're gonna get! A fight! This!
We have more six-man tag action next.
When you have people as good as Cody, as good as Cena, how does it ever get any bigger than that? From the entertainment capital of the world, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. WrestleMania from Las Vegas.
We are back on WWE Evolve on Tubi. Peter Rosenberg, Robert Stone. It's the most wonderful time of the year. WrestleMania week is here. We're on our way to Las Vegas, but first, we are in the middle of six-man tag action between the Gallus Boys, Cappuccino Jones, Jack Cartwheel, and Jordan Oasis, who eats a big chop to the chest, and now Cappuccino Jones going to get some as well.
Yeah, what an exciting time to be a performer in the WWE. No matter what show you're on, it's WrestleMania week. Everybody's watching. All eyes are on this show tonight. You can tell these guys are a little tanner than usual. They're going a little harder than usual. The whirly-durly.
Is it possible for you to be tanner than usual?
Yeah, of course.
You're always
double dark.
You're always so spray tanned. It's sometimes I can smell it when you walk in the room. Oh! Big driver there, and Cappuccino Jones in a world of hurt. Cartwheel, the legal man at the moment. There is obviously a size problem for Cartwheel, but hold on. Instead, reverses into a DDT.
He just took the enforcer of Gallus off his feet.
Of course, coming up tonight, Javi Bernal and Oro Menza, one of the most exciting new talents on Evolve. Can't wait for that matchup as well. But right now, Jordan Oasis trying to get revenge on Gallus. Big knee.
And he's looking good right now.
I see the size and power of these guys, and I truly understand why you cowered from the wrestling industry.
Now, can you just get through a match without saying something negative about me?
That wasn't negative. I'm just pointing out you no longer wrestle.
Whoa!
Oh, my God.
Blackout cannonball, and he landed on his feet, man.
Wait, How is that even humanly possible? And he's going for a pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. That was psychotic. Of course, later tonight, the fatal four-way, Brindley Reese, Callie Armstrong, Kendall Gray, and Chantel Monroe. We are stacked. It's WrestleMania week on Evolve, and this match is getting things going, in just the way I was hoping for, as Jordan Oasis driven to the mat, followed by the big elbow slash splash. My goodness, here comes Cartwheel and Cappuccino. Oh boy, this is an issue of size and power taking over for Gallus.
I mean, this is just dominance right now by the Gallus boys. Blue Hammer elbow, all the best for the Bell's Lariat.
This can't be good. 1, 2, 3, no revenge for Jordan Oasis.
Here are your winners, Gallus!
Big win for Gallus on Evolve as they stand tall over Jordan Oasis. Let's take a look back. The high-flying maneuvers from Cappuccino and Cartwheel.
And then Jordan Oasis with the blackout cannonball landing on his feet.
Unbelievable. Wolfgang, that double slam, my God.
And then all the best for the Bell's Lariat.
And that was all it took for Gallus. The pin, Jordan Oasis down, 1, 2, 3. And another big win. And again, this is what you expect from maybe the strongest and most experienced team on Evolve.
Let me watch it closely, Stevie. Send those boys. Hold back on the bus. I'd like to say we're hungry, but we are starving. It's Gallus boys on top, and we're starving for gold.
An incredible way to start the night, but don't forget, we have an incredible women's fatal four-way match tonight that will set the tone for the women's division on Evolve. And let's hear from one of those competitors, Chantel Monroe.
Evolve family, how you doing? Shuey Martinez, and I'm here with the amazing Chantel. Hello.
Hello.
It's not every day that I get to sit down with world-class athletes. How does one get from Auburn, the WWE, to Evolve?
I was scouted at Nationals saying, we want you to try out for WWE. At first I was like, I don't think that's me, because I'm very prissy and very girly. I know that. I love to perform. I love to connect with the audience. I love dressing up. I love hair and makeup. So I was like,
the theatrics of it all.
Theatrics, yes. And I felt like that's what I did at Auburn, and maybe this was a calling for me.
When you look down at you and your gymnastics career, you're prepared for all of this already. And do you think that carried over?
Oh, absolutely. Gymnastics it was not only physical, but 90% mental. And it prepared me for so much in this lifetime, but especially for this moment here.
And what does it mean when you hear me say, you possibly being the face of Evolve?
That means everything to me, because I know that I have a spark. I know that I'm that girl, and I know that I can be the face of Evolve.
So here we are, this fatal four-way. How are you preparing for that match?
Just training every day and really just going for it. No doubting myself, because I'm really that girl in every way.
There you have it. The fatal four-way is your main event tonight on Evolve.
Listen, I love me some Chantel Monroe. Oh, look who's in the VIP section. Ice Williams still hanging out, taking in the action, but hold on.
Oh, the consigliere!
Come on.
Look, he's in. Look, Ice Williams must feel so lame right now after the consigliere has that beautiful, expensive suit next to him.
Luca Crucifino representing the family, hanging out in the VIP section to take in the action on Evolve, and what they'll be taking in next is a hell of a matchup. Oro Menza versus Javi Bernal. That's next on WWE Evolve.
At WrestleMania, from the entertainment capital of the world, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk.
Every which way you look, they are brawling.
3 epic rivals, 1 massive triple threat match. WrestleMania from Las Vegas.
Evolve fam, how you doing? Shuey Martinez. Look who's hanging out with me. Callie Armstrong. How you doing, homie?
I'm doing good. How about you?
The pride of Inglewood, California.
right here.
When I say Inglewood, California, what does that mean to you?
We are the city of champions. So the fact that I'm born and raised in Inglewood, California, you know I'm winning at something.
Oh, wow, the strength of Callie Armstrong. Talked about the power.
You are a superstar, Callie.
I appreciate that.
Like 100%.
One of the most exciting young talents in WWE Evolve.
If I would have told you this years ago, would you have believed me?
If you told me this 5 years ago, I'd probably believe you.
Okay.
Things sound crazy, but the type of person I am, if it don't sound crazy, it ain't big enough. Once I lock in and once I put my mind to it, it's a wrap.
Tough, strong, confident, and she doesn't seek validation from others. You know who she does it for? She does it for herself.
How does one prepare for a four-way match?
With a four-way match, I feel like everybody is physically able to do it. The winner of this is gonna be who's mentally toughest, because we're gonna go to war. I told y'all, I'm different. This is all mental, and we're gonna see who's able to sustain at the end of this. And I promise you, it's gonna be Callie Armstrong.
Callie Armstrong, Chewy Martinez, fatal four-way match. You're not gonna wanna miss it tonight. It's the main event, baby, on Evolve.
Callie Armstrong very, very focused as well on a big night here on WWE Evolve on Tubi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing Meta 4 from Ghana, West Africa, weighing 198 pounds, Oro Mensah!
Man, I just love the diversity of talent that we have here. So many different types of wrestlers from so many different parts of the world. Of course, Oro Mensah, the stud from Ghana. Meta 4, the main man. This is a guy you have to see.
He could be the guy to take Evolve to the next level. I am telling you, main man Oro Mensah.
Totally agree, man. He's got it.
And his opponent from Golden Gate, Florida, weighing 210 pounds, Javier Bernal.
Now, on the other side of things, it's been a tough few weeks for Javier Bernal. He's still trying to find his footing to some degree in Evolve, Rob.
Yeah, well, the last time we saw Javi, he kind of left behind that vintage big body Javi jacket that he was always wearing. And sometimes, you know, you got to leave a piece of yourself behind. It doesn't mean you're incomplete. It means you're making space for a better version of yourself, and I think that is what Javi is trying to do.
What do you think it is that led to Javi needing to find a new version of Javier Bernal? Things were working pretty well as big body Javi.
Lack of wins. I mean, when you look in the mirror and you go, man, I'm not winning matches. I'm not progressing. I'm not getting TV time on NXT. I want to go to Raw and SmackDown. You got to do something. You got to change the game for yourself.
Oh, I thought when that happens, you quit wrestling and become a commentator on Evolve.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. I really don't. Can you?
I'm sorry.
It's WrestleMania week.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm being hard on you. Oro Mensah and Javi Bernal. I'm Peter Rosenberg. That is former NXT superstar, assistant to Ava, of course, at NXT.
You do know I have power here, right? You don't forget that. You can be replaced. Like, I can make one call and Peter Rosenberg can never be sitting next to me again.
Who are you gonna call?
You know exactly who I'm going to call. I work for her.
I don't think Stevie or Ava would sign off on that. Big chop there from Oro Mensah. All right, here's something we can all agree on, though. What is it about Oro Mensah that is just so special? Because he jumps off the page, Rob.
Yeah, when he's in the ring, you got to expect the unexpected, all right? He's like a bullet. He's fast. He's relentless. He's impossible to stop. And you know something? He's doing great here, even though he just took that drag. He's doing great here on Evolve without metaphor. He's kind of finding himself here, and it's working for him.
As you see the athleticism from Oro Mensah, just an interesting, charismatic, unique style. One of the truly special talents you'll see. And big body Javi is finding himself in a hard way early on as he eats a kick to the back from Oro Mensah.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people doubted Oro. I think they said, can he make it without metaphor? And sometimes you got to stand alone to prove you can. And he's proven it, doing things like that big kick to the back.
He's a former NXT UK Tag Champion, debuted in NXT back in 2022, so he does bring some experience to the table.
And he's all about respect, okay? He makes you bring that respect in the ring when you're fighting.
as right hands are exchanged in the center of the ring. He's asking, who are you to big body Javi, and Javi's gonna show him.
Yeah, well, it brought something out of Javi. It's working.
And a very elusive Oro Mensah into that clothesline, taking Javi Bernal down. Boom!
And now he's finding something. You know, Javi had a lot of hype when he came here to WWE. Remember, first ever Colombian wrestler in the WWE. People were expecting a lot out of him, and he's trying to give them what they want.
And now a big right hand there from Javier Bernal, and the kick.
Man, Javi needs this win.
And Javi's gonna go up top, but he's gonna have to do it with Oro Mensah on his feet now. Big body with the big splash from the top rope, taking down Oro Mensah.
Well, figuring it out isn't all about having the answers. It's about not giving up on the questions.
Oh, face to the knee of Javier Bernal, but a kick in response. Javi with the big kick, and Oro Mensah is in a bad way as he goes down to his knees. Oh! Into a DDT and a pinfall now. 1, 2. Kick out on 2.5 from Oro Mensah. Javier Bernal turning things around here on Evolve.
That constant back and forth. That's what you get on Evolve. That's what you get with two guys that want it or in the ring fighting on WrestleMania week.
Two guys with different paths. Always a very creative way for Oro Mensah to take Javier Bernal into the corner, and now Oro goes to the top rope. He's gonna look for a,
tornado DDT on the ropes. Like I said, he is an innovator.
The springboard drop kick caught a little bit of the arm of Javier Bernal, enough to at least get him off of his feet. And now both men looking to pull it together and get themselves a W. WrestleMania week on WWE Evolve. Big fatal four-way coming up later. Right now, it's Oro Mensah and Javier Bernal. Javi with a big right hand from the outside. Is he gonna go up top again here, Rob?
I don't know. This is a dangerous place to be.
Whoa! Oh, and he's taken down by Oro Mensah with that backflip. And now Javier Bernal could be in trouble.
Pull him on him!
And he caught all of it. Bernal is down. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Oro Mensah!
Big, big win for Oro Mensah. Things were in doubt there late, but in the end, after that big body drop from Javier Bernal, that DDT, you thought Javi was really rolling, but here's where the momentum changed for Oro Mensah. Boom!
Caught him with the call of autumn.
Beautiful execution from Oro Mensah, who is making Ghana very, very proud. Now, congrats to Oro Mensah, another huge win. He remains undefeated on WWE Evolve, but now the question is, who will get the huge win in tonight's first ever WWE Evolve Women's Fatal 4-Way? But before that, let's hear from the last remaining competitor, the Brennergy herself, Brindley Reese.
Evolve fam, how you doing? Chewy Martinez, and here we are. Look who's hanging out with me, man.
Brindley Reese, the woman who wants to help the world be fit.
That's the Bryn Active Mindset.
The fitness freak, the exercise guru.
If I would have told you 6, 7 years ago that you'd be a wrestler, like, what would you tell me?
I wake up every morning and I'm open to whatever possibilities, opportunities come my way, and I think being that way brings in the opportunities, and here I am.
Here you are, here you are. Let's talk about this crazy four-way with Kendall, Chantel, Callie, and yourself. Just imagine you being the face of Evolve, like, wow.
Every single one of the women in this division, we all want that same thing. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna prove that I'm gonna be the face of Evolve.
The Women's Fatal 4-Way is tonight's main event. I'm excited, and you should be too, because it's gonna be bananas.
At WrestleMania, from the entertainment capital of the world,
Just come outside for the night.
Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
A
going into WrestleMania for the main event, and it's just me.
WrestleMania from Las Vegas.
Hello, this is your Evolve General Manager Stevie Turner. As a result of what happened last week, I have scheduled several matches for next week. Timothy Thatcher will take on Bryce Donovan. As well as that, we'll have Jackson Drake taking on Sean Legacy. Plus, the sunshine of the Evolve Women's Division, Carly Bright, returns to action. All that next week.
Wow, a lot coming up next week. Thank you, Stevie Turner. What a job she does. And speaking of people I love who brighten up my day, our very own Carly Bright in the VIP section.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, she's there to cheer on Kendall Gray, and I don't know how happy Kendall's going to be about that.
Why wouldn't she be happy? Carly Bright brings...
Wait a minute, please be quiet for a second, Peter. Please, she is here. It is Brinley Reese, the fitness freak, the guru. She wants to help the world be fit. Oh, I'm pumped.
Listen, you love Brinley Reese. And listen, I give credit where credit is due. You posted a pic on your Instagram. You're in tremendous shape, okay?
Yeah, did you not know that? Don't you see how tight these fits are on?
No, I'm not going to lie. You're downright impressive. But the way that you freak out over Brinley Reese.
The Brinergy, the Brin Active mindset. You need to have it, Peter.
I don't know if I can have that Brin Active a mindset. But
it is main event time.
It is main event time. It is WrestleMania week. It is WWE Evolve on Tubi. And we have such incredible women on this roster, including this lady right here, Chantel Monroe.
The show-stopping diva, the SSD, the reflection of perfection. Mrs. Perfect is here, and let me tell you something. She is ready to get a W. All these superstars, they all got 2 wins. So whoever gets this win tonight in the main event is definitely, I mean, there's been rumblings of a women's championship. They all want to be that person. So this is definitely going to give them an edge, whoever gets the W.
And you forgot my favorite nickname for Chantel Monroe.
What's that?
The debutante.
Ooh, okay.
I got to tell you, are you picking her? That's the question. Who are you picking?
Well, before we get to that, I have no clue what debutante means. I went to Kane University.
Again, I don't think that's an accredited school. I just want to say that. I'll explain debutante later. Let's see who else we have. Oh, yeah. Kendall Gray. Another woman you have to keep your eye on in this matchup, in this fatal four-way. When you talk about who the face of this division could be, I'm sorry, you talk about the 2 women who are already in the ring, Chantel Monroe, you talk about Brinley Reese, you cannot forget Kendall Gray.
No, you sure can. She's a boss lady. She commands respect. She's got no fear. She's unapologetic. But I'm telling you, she just kind of blew past her friend Carly. They didn't have a big high five or hug. I'm telling you, she doesn't really want her there cheering her on. She doesn't need it.
And listen, just because they didn't have a big show of emotion doesn't mean she's upset that her tag team partner is there to cheer her on. And there is Carly Bright, full cheerleader, pom-poms, the whole 9, literal pom-poms. Oh, man. Now, what do you say about Callie Armstrong? This is a woman who has had a chip on her shoulder since the very first episode of WWE Evolve. We heard from her earlier. This is a woman who believes she's not only the future of Evolve, she believes she's the future of WWE.
Yeah, well, this is her night to prove that. You can feel it. She told me earlier today she can feel it. She knows it's going to happen. She's tough. She's strong. She's confident. And she is the Omega that doesn't seek validation from others. She doesn't need to.
I got to tell you, I'll say this. Callie can be a little crazy at times, but that mantra, not seeking validation from others, it's kind of deep. That's the way to live life.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, and it is your main event! Introducing first, from Roseville, California, Brinley Reese! And her opponent, from Sarasota, Florida, Chantel Monroe. Introducing next from Las Vegas, Nevada, Kendall Gray. And their opponent from Inglewood, California, Callie Armstrong.
women, impressive in different ways. They've all done it in different ways. Their path to this match, Robert Stone, has been different for each of them. But now they all have the exact same goal, to be that face of WWE Evolve.
And let me tell you something, now that the bell has rung, I am very curious to see the game plan for each of these individuals, because I'm pretty sure I can say this. I don't think any of them have ever been in a four-way match before, and it's a different animal, as you see right now.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the game plan is to get rid of Callie Armstrong because they're all teaming up on her.
Well, I mean, sometimes isn't it going after who is the biggest, most powerful, most dangerous competitor and try to get them down? Apparently, that's what they see in Callie Armstrong.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan, but you know, you just going into this match, how do you prepare? There's 3 other opponents. Anything could be going on anywhere. There's no tags. You really do need to have eyes in the back of your head if you want to be successful.
These women with a lot on the line all want to be the face of Evolve as Chantel Monroe gets to work. Shoulder block to Kendall Gray, but now she's rolled up. 1, 2, and now another pinfall. Kendall Gray pinning Brindley Reese. 2. We have Madness, another pin, and another. This is what makes this so complicated. One pinning combination after another, but Callie Armstrong's back in the ring, and frankly, she's had enough.
I mean, they're all trying to win the match early. It's not a bad plan. It's not something stupid to do, but Callie, right now, she is pissed off that 3 women just all teamed up on her.
Oh, and Callie Armstrong is no frills, no nonsense, just big right hands to everybody. Kendall Gray can eat another one, and she gets sent right into Brindley Reese, and now a shoulder block from Callie Armstrong.
Look how quick she just came in the ring and changed the game. She is dominating 3 superstars at once. 3 human beings, Peter!
Oh my God! Did you see that shoulder into all 3 women at one time? Let's take a look at that again. Callie Armstrong. She sends in Chantel Monroe, and then boom! All 3 eat that shoulder. Callie Armstrong right now went from outside the ring to running things in the ring. And now we got double small packages too. So Robert, how do you try to prepare for a fatal 4-way?
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes over-preparing isn't a good thing, because then if your plan goes south, what do you do next? So sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta kind of just get in there and see what happens and just expect the unexpected. I mean, it's my line. It's what I always say, because that's what this is.
Well, here you go. This is what I know you've been waiting to see. 2 of the best athletes in this division. Callie Armstrong and Brindley Reese, 2 incredible natural athletes. Very strong. Callie sending Brindley into the corner, and a big right hand to the face. Man, she's lethal with that right hand.
Well, these 2, they're both powerhouses, and like, it's WrestleMania weekend. I'm telling you, suplex. Tornado snap suplex. I am telling you, these are 2 superstars, 2 performers that in the future we're going to see on a WrestleMania. Remember the words that I'm saying. These 2 in the ring, these 4 in this match, we will see them in the future on a WrestleMania.
That's what's so exciting as we get ready for WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas this weekend at Allegiant Stadium, as now Chantel Monroe comes in. And everybody is going to work on Brindley Reese. She's getting it. Her feet, her head, her neck. But here comes Kendall Gray, and now she's going to try to choke out Chantel Monroe.
Only in Evolve. Only in Evolve. What is going on?
This is absolute madness. Big kick there from Callie Armstrong, who's had enough. She's going to break this whole thing up. Wait, is she looking for a Boston Crab?
She's got them both locked in.
And now Kendall Gray jumping on the back of Callie Armstrong. That might be the only approach you can have, Kendall, because I think strength-wise there is no matchup for Callie Armstrong in this match.
Hey, just grab onto her, hold on as hard as you can, and see what happens.
All 4 women vying to be the face of WWE Evolve in what is such a huge week for all fans of pro wrestling. A double pin there, that's not gonna do it. As Brindley and Chantel clothesline from Callie Armstrong.
You've got to think, whenever that women's championship does come to Evolve, they know it's coming. At some point it's going to come. They both really want it. She was right there going for the Callie connection, I think.
That's the idea. You might have to gang up on Callie Armstrong. And she's still fighting off Brindley Reese and Chantel. Kendall Gray off the top.
I'm the face of the company!
More Evolve next.
on the biggest weekend of the year.
Welcome to WrestleMania!
NXT will deliver.
In 3 years, they could be the main event at WrestleMania.
WWE Stand and Deliver, Saturday.
We are back. The main event and a pinfall right out of the break. Kendall Gray gets 2 on Callie Armstrong, a fatal 4-way. Brindley Reese, Callie Armstrong, Kendall Gray, and Chantel Monroe on WWE Evolve. Peter Rosenberg, Robert Stone. It's WrestleMania week. In just a few days, we'll be at Allegiant Stadium. But right now, you have the future of WWE proving themselves. This is where pro wrestling evolves every single Wednesday night on Tubi. And right now, Chantel Monroe is climbing up the top rope. Robert, I don't know what she's trying to do up there.
This has been a wild one, and it sees like it's going to get wilder. It has lived up to the hype of being a main event. What is Brindley Reese trying to do? God! Powerbomb superplex combo. What is going on, Peter?
My goodness, the power. Is that the Bryn active mindset that you talk about? Let's look back.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my goodness. Brindley, of course, the workout freak. She shows you the strength right there. And then she's throwing big right hands to Chantel Monroe and Callie Armstrong, shoving them down. I mean, this is just outright power for Brindley Reese.
Is it regular that I'm sweating this much and I'm not even in the match?
Honestly, yes, because you are obsessed with Brindley Reese, so I'm not surprised by it. But you know what? In this case, it's kind of called for, as she's going to work right now.
I mean, it is anyone's game at this point. Like, if you even wanted to attempt to pick a winner, who's it going to be? It has been so evenly matched and non-stop movement.
Now listen, personally, I would say at this point, Chantel, I would say Brindley and Callie have probably had the most effective offense throughout this match, but there's Chantel Monroe proving wrong, 2 count. And Kendall Gray breaking up the pin. So much on the line in this matchup. The big enziguri there from Chantel Monroe to Kendall Gray. Callie Armstrong eats 2 knees.
At this point, it's really almost who is just lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time for somebody not to break up a pin.
Pinfall 2.
And she wasn't so lucky there because 2 of them broke it up.
Big shout out to this crowd in here tonight, by the way. Best crowd we've had so far. They have been hot all night for WWE Evolve, and they're getting what they deserve. An incredible fatal 4-way matchup in the main event between 4 of the most promising superstars in Evolve. And they're right, this is awesome.
Everyone in this match, they're not playing the game, they're owning the board. What performances? What way to prove themselves? What way to prove that they're WWE superstars and they belong here? What a match.
Absolutely.
And we're not over yet.
And again, just so impressive when you look at the resumes of all these superstars. They've all done it in such different ways. Right now, Kendall Gray and Brindley Reese exchanging lots of chops there from Kendall Gray. Whatever you got to do to get it done, Kendall.
I mean, at this point, what's left besides throwing hands?
Look at that. She's just shoving people down to the ground.
Fireman's, why not? Another one.
I'll tell you what, man.
A third.
Kendall Gray is wrecking shop.
Beast. Overhead, baby.
Did you know Kendall Gray had this speed, Robert Stone?
You know what, I did, and she sure doesn't need these pop-ups right now, but Carly's happy for her.
Kendall Gray dominating the competition. Here comes Brindley Reese.
Kendall's going to the armbar. She has got it locked in. No, Brindley is still in the fight.
Brindley Reese using every last bit of energy she has left.
We've seen Kendall win all her matches with the submission. Could this be another?
Will Brindley tap? Oh, instead the big splash from Callie Armstrong to Kendall Gray. And Brindley Reese out of harm's way, at least for a moment. My goodness. Now we get Callie Armstrong and Kendall Gray. It's one incredible combination after another. Uh-oh.
Caught her with the power slam.
That could be it. 1, 2, and Brindley Reese breaking things up.
Did you see how easy Callie just caught Kendall? Like it was nothing.
All right, Brindley Reese tosses out Callie Armstrong, going for another pin. 1, 2.
Hey. Whoa.
What is that? Wait, I thought she, is that the Bryn Active mindset?
I mean, maybe she didn't realize that's what she was.
She
that's
didn't
weird.
realize?
I mean, sometimes when you're in the heat of the moment.
Oh, she realized what she was.
That was odd.
But here's Chantel Monroe looking for a quick roll up. One. And now, Callie Armstrong.
Callie connection out of nowhere.
My goodness. Callie Armstrong sends in Chantel Monroe, the power slam. 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Callie Armstrong!
By hook or by crook, Callie Armstrong finds a way, although there's the crook. Brindley Reese tried to get 2 feet on the rope there. It didn't matter. Callie Armstrong gets the win. There was the incredible splash off the top from Kendall Gray.
And right here you see that wild powerbomb superplex combo that took all of them down.
And then in the end, Brindley Reese, right here, as I talked about, trying to cheat. I'm shocked to see that from Brindley Reese. That's not Brinnergy, all right? But in the end, it didn't matter. Callie Armstrong finds her way back to the ring. And look what happens here at the end. Chantel thinks she has a chance. So does Brindley Reese.
But the Callie connection took out Brindley, and then a power slam on Chantel for the big win in what was a phenomenal matchup.
There you have it, Callie Armstrong getting the big W. What a journey it's been. She was so upset in the early weeks of Evolve, and now you have the general manager, Stevie Turner, showing her respect. Congratulations, Callie Armstrong, on a huge win. It was a huge night on Evolve. We'll see you at WrestleMania.